Hi Moy, it's TEMPHUiBIS here. Did you know, about 3 days ago, it was the anniversary of the release of my second album. And it done as much as I predicted, really. I wasn't really predicting to make too much money from it. I made about £60 from it, so I'd like to thank all the people who bought it. Sometime after the album, I went to a hall in a place around the corner to me to film a track by track review, self-review on the album, and I didn't really edit it as soon as I finished, right, because I was working on the music video. So I thought, now it's the anniversary of it, I thought it was a good time to release it now, since since to remember it, really, because some people are still interested in it and how I done some of the songs. So I decided to shout out now. So listen to what I gotta say now. Remember that this was recorded a year ago, so half the things I may have said in here, I may have said things in here which are already done or plans have already changed about, but please enjoy the video. Being a music artist is very fun because you enjoy the creativity in every song you write, and you enjoy entertaining your fans. When I was doing Touching a Futuristic Nature, I didn't have that many fans, so I guess I wasn't as pressured as much. But I ain't gonna lie, when I did do Phragment on Photon, I was very pressured. I was pressured with how people were going to react, if they would like this album, or if they would hate this album more. So I tried to just do the best I could. The Signal System is the first ever track I created using TEMPHUiBIS, and I really enjoyed working with the melodies of that track because it came out in a sense of nice and futuristic on that retro side, and I just enjoyed how the songs came out. And the reason why I called it the Signal System, because as I was planning it for it to be a very good electronic song, really big sound, and electronic as I could get, I was thinking, what's electronic around here? What's electric? I thought, a TV is a signal system because it sends out signal. A radio is a signal system. A camera is a signal system. It sends out signals for it to be what it is. And I thought, let me use signal system, but put a futuristic sound on it, like a signal system, and change the spelling to make it look nice and neat and stuff. The Pheasant and Unicorn is a track that I initially started to do as an experiment to try something different. The actual experiment I was planning to do did not work out right. It just didn't do it the way I wanted to. So I decided to bring the sounds up to use the experiment back and just make a song out of it instead. And I managed to make a song that I thought had lovely beats. It sounded kind of soft but hard at the same time, and I always thought about animals that you hardly ever see together, or could be more than friends. You hear about a fox and a hound. I thought, how about a pheasant and a unicorn? Everyone knows I'm into birds. A pheasant is like a perfect bird, and to be with a flying unicorn, I thought it was a pretty cool thing, stuff like that. And the music definitely was the matching for that. There's a chance that there could be a music video process for this. A long time ago, I was trying to make a track. I failed. I tried to make another track. It was a failure. I tried to make another track. It didn't sound right. And I got a bit depressed. I thought I lost my style. I thought I lost my style. I couldn't make more music. And I was just like, I was kind of in a moany days I was depressed, and I said, I was saying to my cousin that I couldn't do it no more, and he just kept on encouraging me to just come back to it, you know, saying I haven't lost my style, and he just carried on saying that, you know, I just didn't know what to expect. But then I tried again, and I came out with a class song, and at the time I was working on a project, and there was a character in this project that was actually a half Neptune's plant, half dolphin. Yeah, I know. And I thought the song was matching him well, since how the song sounded a little bit like water and stuff. And I called it Underneath Spiritual Surface with Talent, because I had to give it a bit of a storyline, otherwise it would confuse everyone. Why is he a half dolphin, half plant? So I decided to make up a little bit of a weird story how a dolphin swims near the surface of an ocean, and you've got those type of plants underneath the surfaces, lilies, this and that type of thing, right? And I'd say that the plants are tangled around the dolphin, and done its thing that way. And the dolphin makes a baby, and it's a half plant, half dolphin. And that's it. It's underneath the spiritual surface for talent. That's a different way. I mean, different. I still like the way the song came out. Very soft, had its bells in it, and had its little beautiful side to it. So I really liked it. Next song is Mysterious Paranoia. This song is just, I don't understand. What I was trying to do when I was starting this song, I was trying to do, or what's it called, a chill out drum and bass. That's what I was trying to do, a chill out drum and bass. The sound that I started with made it sound so scary, it was nowhere near a chill out drum and bass. So that was a failure straight away. But I decided, well, it sounds scary, so it sounds different. I thought, let me try a different sound today. And on the top of that, while it was sounding brilliant, I decided to do a competition where people got to name my track. And CSS Juba 101 entered. He came up with the name Mysterious Paranoia, and his name was the one I pulled out of the biscuits in. And so he definitely was the one to get the name. And so I promised him the name was on the artwork. I said I never would do it. If the name was, the track came out in a very, very nice way. I was like a scary feeling. I was using a little bit of a vocal tactic to put in the background to make it work with the other melodies, and the scary feeling came out nice and perfect. So big up to CSS Juba 101 for naming the track. Nemesis Evokes Horus is done because loads of people were asking me, hey Tim, why don't you make a fast-paced track tune? Because at the time I was doing loads of slow-paced tracks. Long time ago, before I even done Touching Futuristic Nature, I did do a few drum and bass tracks. I was trying something faster in drum and bass, and it was working out pretty well. I mean, I never really done any drum bass tracks using the Commodore, that type of style of music. I was really using the Replicate style. So this was my first time, and it came out much more better than I was expecting it to come out. And you know, I used loads of sounds, loads of voices that you turn down low, using the sound of a train. That's why I used my camera. It was the first time I used my camera in making music. And I was inspired also by Double Dragon 3's Egypt level. So I was thinking, if this was going to be something about Egypt, I thought, let me look up at some wars that happened in Egypt, and I happened to come across Seth choruses war. So I decided to make a sentence and break it down in a short word. So it's like, Seth is the nemesis that evokes Horus. So I just bunched it down to nemesis evokes Horus. And that's for the track itself. I enjoy making drum and bass and a little bit of hardcore stuff in there again, and using a lot of beats. I even use my camera to film the sound of a train just in the background that not many people know. And I use a bit of fast, low down volume-wise vocals, which not many people can hear. Inverted Zodiac is a track where I tried an experiment and it actually worked this time. I couldn't believe that there was a certain instrument, how I could high pitch it, make 16ths and cut it up in ways, would just come out with a lovely space sound. Very spatial, very different, intergalactic type kind of thing. I never thought it would be like that. And it has very weird vocals in there because of the lyrics. I decided to just say any random thing because I wasn't planning to make the lyrics sound sense. I was planning to make music and have my voice sound good with the music. No matter what I try, it doesn't really matter what I say in the song. But at one point I did say we reverse it, and because I was using a lot of phase sounds in there, and phases usually invert sound as well as makes a good effect to the sound. I was looking for a good star sound, space sound for the name, so I picked Zodiac, and because of the invertedness, I called it Inverted Zodiac. Hazel Gale is Pink and Hazel Gale, which basically is, I was imagining one time just walking down through something and seeing the sky a very different colour, like pinkish with a bit of hazelish clouds and stuff like that. And when I was thinking about that, while making the song. The song was also a little bit on the hard side because it was my first time using a program called Making Waves Studio 5, and I was struggling with it, but I carried it on, and it was just brilliant to work with, and the sound still came out nice and brilliant at the end, and I was just like enjoying everything about it. Dying with Pain was actually going to be used for a few things. It was going to be used for a project I had planned, which was resembling a character who kills other characters with pain, only pain. You know, doesn't want to have a quick death or something. Then I decided to then I was doing my movie project, The Civilian, and I decided since the civilian is an animal who kills with no quickness, just all pain, I decided either should have the track, and it might actually happen. The track was done at an early stage, no matter the cost which it was used for, so that's why it's called Dying with Pain. And it definitely was an experiment because I never do much electronica, epic style tunes, and I thought it was something different to try. And it worked out perfect. I can't believe the way this all hasn't done me perfect, you know. This track is one that everyone's familiar with. It's Pulse Width and Current. Released on this album to promote the video of people who are just getting to know me now and don't know about Touching the Futuristic Nature, or at least know about Pulse Width and Current, because it is a last song. I just remember the times when I made it back in those old days, and it just was beautiful when I just everything just went well. I had no problems. It's like the track was just there. It's like, this is the day you're going to make a fantastic track, and it worked. Now, how did I come up with the name Phragment on my Photon? I came here with two things. One, the meaning of TEMPHUiBIS is a robotic bird, futuristic bird, you know. And it's like, if I was futuristic, it wouldn't be a brain I'd have, it wouldn't be a mind I'd have. It's a photon. And it's like, this is a piece of my mind brought out into this album. So I'd say it's a fragment of my Photon, and it's definitely perfect. And I also recorded that as well, because recently, in the middle of the making of this album, I bought the LSC's Photon X25, which is a good keyboard, and I thought, yeah, something to do with Photon, that's definitely the right thing to call it. When I did the artwork, I was enjoying the way, I couldn't believe how it came out the exact way I wanted it. I had this picture in my head for quite a long while, and I never thought when I do it would come out exactly the way I had it in my head, but it sure did, and it was perfect. Front cover. And doing the other artwork was brilliant. I'll still bring the refugee style into it, bring all these naturistic pictures and mixing them with any futuristic art, just making them artistic instead of realistic, you know. It just all came out perfect. I enjoyed making this album. Whatever happens in the future with TEMPHUiBIS' music only comes with the way I feel. I ain't got my plans for the third album yet, because right now I'm still working on the music video, and maybe the next one could be harder, it could be softer, it could be more different styles I could try. But I definitely got to say that I'm enjoying the support from everyone. I'm enjoying the help I'm getting from people. So I'd like to bring this up here to Shadow Lost Arts, who's helped me a lot with my career in music and helping with everything else. I'd like to big up Big K, who's helped a lot with this, and I definitely want to big up all of the YouTube community, you know, including my subscribers. They've helped me so much in my life. And I'd like to big up my best friend Anthony and Cold Storage, who have done the stuff that's basically got everything started. And I big up my family, everyone in my family. So that's definitely everything I'm going to say for Phragment of my Photon. Thanks very much, guys. Love you all.